Good morning, Menifee, on this Tuesday, January 15th. It looks like we, for the most part, survived the first storm cell in the Menifee area pretty well. The area that we were most concerned about in the surrounding outlying areas, of course, would be the hillside above Lake Elsinore in the Holy Fire burn areas. And some of those areas were under mandatory evacuation orders last night. Late last night, those were downgraded to voluntary evacuation orders, and there have not been any reports of serious mudslides of the nature that we saw in early December. So we'll hold our breath, cross our fingers for that, because we've got another storm cell coming in later this afternoon. This morning, it's just barely sprinkling a little bit. We should have a little bit of clearing for the next few hours, or at least decrease in precipitation, and then about 2 o'clock another storm cell is moving in that's going to bring heavier rain. So we need to be aware of that and still be cautious. We were out this morning checking the normal trouble spots in Menifee, and there was really no flooding, which was actually less than what we saw yesterday afternoon. We'll show you a little footage. This is about 4:30 yesterday afternoon. This is at the intersection of Holland and Hanover. You can see there was a bit of a flood there. This is Bradley Road as it goes across Salt Creek. So it definitely was not closed. It was open. Minor water across the road. This morning it was pretty much dry. The biggest areas is on the North Golf Course. And you've heard us mention before how that is a flood control channel that runs right through the golf course. That's one of the reasons they're kind of limited on any possible redevelopment. This is looking from McCall Boulevard south. Then we head around the corner on Northwood, going down a stretch of the golf course, and you can see how the water runs like a river right through there. But that obviously does not impact traffic, so it's serving its purpose for right now. The biggest problem is when it is scheduled to run across the road at either Cherry Hills Boulevard or Sun City Boulevard, and the road can't take it. Now this is where it dumps under a bridge and basically a guardrail onto Cherry Hills Boulevard, but you can see that there was very little that actually hit the roadway. So it looks like we survived those areas, but those are potential areas where if we get heavy rain tonight, the next couple of days, that water could overflow onto the surrounding roads. We don't expect it to be as heavy as some of the pictures that we showed you yesterday. But once again, be careful and use caution when driving in all areas in Menifee. And another thing to keep in mind during this cold, wet weather are the pets. The animals that are outside shouldn't be left out there too long. If it's cold and wet, try to keep them in where they're comfortable. We didn't hear of any dramatic animal rescues. The worst that we saw probably was something sent to us by the County of Riverside Animal Services. You can see here a picture of a dog that was rescued from a canal in Riverside. This was Monday afternoon. They actually had 4 officers respond to make sure that they wouldn't have trouble kind of noosing this dog on a leash and pulling him out. They were able to lead the dog to a location with shorter banks on this canal that's near Marlboro Avenue by the 215, where it's north of the 60 freeway. They got a loop around the dog and pulled it to safety. The cattle breed dog has a microchip, and they were making attempts to reach the owner. And they admitted that the situation was not necessarily dire, but the ongoing rain forecasts was a concern, and the slopes to the city's canals can be very slick. So that's just a gentle reminder of how you want to keep track of your pets, keep them inside as much as possible, keep them warm during this next few days of cold, wet weather. And one of the things you don't want to worry about when you're out driving around and you want to quickly pull into your garage is problems with your garage door. The worst thing that can happen, broken spring or other problems. Our sponsor today, 5-Star Garage Door Solutions, will take care of that for you. Take a look.
Hi, Hi, my name is Alan with 5-Star Garage Door Solutions. I'm the owner of this company. I've been in business for the last 7 years, and I provide a variety of services for garage doors. It's repairs. I also do installs for new doors and openers. One of the most common things that we do are spring replacements. I do have a special that runs all the time. It's $1.99 for spring replacements. I also do a special package for a super quiet hinge and roller package. Takes the vibration out of your garage door. I really take good care of my customers. It shows up on the reviews that I get. If you go to Yelp and look at the reviews, I know Yelp and Google and they all have a review system, and it's a great way for you as well as myself to benefit from. And so don't take my word for it. Go there and look up my reviews, and you'll see how satisfied my customers are. My number is 951-448-7733.
One of the stories we've reported recently is the situation out at the Audie Murphy Ranch skate park, where attendance has greatly decreased since they reopened it with some new rules, including annual registration fees. And there's been complaints from skaters who feel like they're being unfairly limited in what they can do there, having to spend the money to attend there, especially $100 for non-residents, and the elimination of BMX bikes, which has always been prohibited there, but enforcement has been a little bit lax. You've seen bikes there often in the past. Well, now that they have staff on site full-time when the park is open, they have been cracking down and not allowing those bikes. So we've reported on that, about how attendance has been really down, and then there's been some concern. Well, today the City of Menifee released the agenda for Thursday night's Recreation, Parks, and Trails Commission meeting. It's 6 o'clock Thursday at City Hall, and they have proposed, this is the Community Services Department of the City of Menifee, has proposed to the Commission some changes that should be more agreeable to the skaters and bikers. And you'll see the rules here. They would allow the use of BMX-type bikes at the skate park during established sessions to better accommodate each type of user. So what that means is they're still trying to separate the bike hours from the skateboard hours, and the next bullet point there specifies that they propose designating Wednesdays from 3 to 8 p.m. and Saturday mornings from 8 a.m. to noon as BMX session times. So that's, if you're planning to go out there with a skateboard, do so at your own risk those times, because the bikes would get priority if this is approved. As far as the registration goes, any student attending a Menifee school, regardless of city boundary, would be eligible to pay the $10 resident annual registration fee. They were getting complaints from people that live, say, just over the border in Canyon Hills and Lake Elsinore, where maybe they go to Herc Boris, which is a Menifee school, but they were subject to the $100 annual registration fee. So now, if you can prove that you attend a Menifee school, no matter what your city address is, you would be eligible for the $10 annual registration fee. Also, they propose offering a daily rate of $3 per day for residents and $10 a day for non-residents. Say your cousin from out of town is in and you're a resident and he wants to go over there with you. Should he have to pay the $100 annual resident fee to go once or twice with you until he leaves town? This would make him eligible to pay just $10 for a one-day pass to go in with you. A note, although they are changing some of these rules here, helmets, elbow pads, and knee pads are still required at all times at the skate park. So if you are interested and want to speak your piece concerning this subject, the meeting starts at 6 p.m. Thursday night at City Hall. And finally this morning, we'd like to tell you about one of our local residents who's doing very well in the youth ranks in some competitive racing. 13-year-old Connor Berry, an 8th grader from Menifee, recently completed the Lucas Off-Oil Road Racing Series, kart racing. And in the 2018 season, he won 7 events to capture the Junior 2 Kart Division Series. And he will be preparing for this next series in 2019 in the Modified Kart Division. And you can read more about Connor upcoming on our website and Facebook page. And if you have some youngsters or anyone for that matter who is excelling in any kind of achievement, whether it be athletic, academic, what have you, send us an email, info@menifee247.com, or message us on Facebook, and we'd like to give them the attention they deserve. That's it for this morning. Please take it easy, stay warm and dry, and we'll see you tomorrow on Good Morning Menifee.